invite IAEA inspectors back into their country.
while the U.S. allows Tehran to sell oil in dollars for the first time in decades. Plus,
Well, I personally think the Electoral College is an abomination.
Hillary Clinton reignites a debate over how America votes. And Kamala Harris does too.
I think we need to look at that too.
And Donald Trump blames vandals for his reflecting pool chaos and threatens to throw them into the deep end.
They do something to get
Live at the table, Charles Blow, Jason Rance, Jamel Hill, Caroline Downey, and Anna Navarro. Americans with different perspectives aren't talking to each other, but here they do. Good evening. I'm Abby Fold in New York. Tonight, the White House is touting a quote big deal in its talks with Iran. But the breakthrough is something that was in Barack Obama's nuclear deal that President Trump tore up.
This is probably what we're most excited about as Americans. The Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people and the first step in permanently denuclearizing or permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran.
For decades, inspectors will have access to Iran's entire nuclear supply chain, from the uranium mines and mills where they get raw materials to the centrifuge production facilities where they make machines to enrich it. And under the terms of the deal, inspectors will have the permanent ability to inspect any suspicious sites in Iran.
Back in 2015, Republicans criticized President Obama's nuclear deal, claiming it gave billions in cash to Iran. It actually was their own assets that were unfrozen. But Trump today said that he has lifted sanctions on the sale of Iranian oil for the next 60 days. And for the first time in decades, the United States is allowing oil to be imported into this country. A reminder, just last month, the State Department announced new sanctions on Iran's trading oil with China, and it argued that Iran's oil trade was the primary revenue stream for Iranians to fund terrorism and regional destabilization. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if the benchmark is how do we fix things that we broke, maybe this is a big deal. But not only was the IAEA inspection part of the Iran nuclear deal, but IAEA inspectors were in Iran up until last summer, right at the point at which Operation Midnight Hammer happened, and then it was after that that they left the country because the Iranian government shut down their access to nuclear sites as a result of the U.S. attacks on Iran. So why is this some kind of breakthrough that J.D. Vance is touting?
I don't know if it's a breakthrough. I think the reason why it's being framed that way is obviously political. They're looking for a win in front of the American public who've been not convinced that this was the right thing to do. I think some of this is just simply premature, both coming from J.D. Vance but also critics of this. We don't actually know what the plan is. We don't know what this deal is going to look like in 60 days. I hope that it's something different than what we've had in the past. I am amongst the conservative critics of the MOU, but I'm also understanding that that's all it is. It's a memo of understanding that this notion that we're laying the foundation. Fair enough. The immediate goal was to end the military strikes and to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. That was a political goal to help bring down the cost of gasoline in this country going into the midterms. So I'm looking forward to what this is going to look like. I don't necessarily trust Iran. I don't think any of us should trust Iran. But we are doing things from a slightly different position than when President Obama was in power. They obviously don't have quite the same military threat as they did before. So we're going into it with a little bit more strength than we have.
Yeah, but we went into it in peacetime. We went into it not having at least 13 American soldiers have to be killed to get it. We went into it not having 168 innocent Iranian schoolgirls killed to get it. We went into it not having our stockpiles depleted in order to get it. We went into it not having billions of dollars of American taxpayer money spent to get it. So I'm trying to figure out where the win is. Even if you say we don't know it's going to be in 60 days, then why are the sanctions lifted today?
Because they're doing this in good faith to get to a point
Good faith with the Iranians?
Well, we're acting in good faith. I don't think they're going to act in good faith. But this idea
Then why would
that
you do it?
but this idea that there have been no accomplishments whatsoever here is to completely dismiss the work that the military has done in destroying their Air Force, destroying their Navy capabilities. That does matter. That changes the power dynamics in that region.
But what it's really saying is the Iranians are stronger.
I don't really understand. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand the logic here.
They're absolutely, yeah.
If we are in a stronger position, why are we negotiating with them on things that they have already conceded in a past era in which there was no military threat?
Two reasons. I think number one, this administration believes that they're able to get to a deal that changes the dynamics with Iran in a place where we can actually trust them. Now, I am highly skeptical of that. But number two, and I think the underlying issue.
You acknowledge that they are not giving anything that they have not given before, correct?
Well, I'm saying they're giving something that they haven't given before. No, I'm saying they're not. But the context is different in which
Yeah,
they're
this
no
is a
longer
good
the
point.
same threat as they were before.
The MOU, I mean,
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're no longer the same threat. Maybe, yes, we bombed them significantly, but that would then follow that we would get way more out of them, not way less. So why are we getting the same amount that Obama got, and he didn't have to bomb them for it?
yeah, I mean, this is the conservative critique of the MOU. Basically, Iran has reneged on every single treaty it's ever signed. By the way, we're seeing now that Hezbollah is still striking Israel from Lebanon because they weren't included in negotiations. This would dismantle tomorrow, which would give the United States a convenient out from some of these commitments. Like you said, a lot of conservatives are not comfortable with these concessions. But to draw this blanket comparison between this and the Obama deal, it's just not true because, to Jason's point, the war context. This is a post-war framework. We didn't just negotiate a limited nuclear deal. What we did is all of the
Negotiate a nuclear deal at all.
well, no, that's going to come down the road. With the JCPOA, it literally put out of commission facilities with a sunset clause, because as you recall, the JCPOA, 10 to 15 years, that was going to expire.
Okay.
Trump
That's
demolished
okay.
those
That's
facilities.
15
So
years.
now that's off the
That's
table.
15 years compared to zero nuclear commitments. Just to be clear, that's the actual comparison. But let me just say, this is actually.
Trying to make them turn themselves into pretzels to
To be fair, I mean, neither of them support the MOU. To be fair, neither of them support the MOU, so that's probably right.
The missile stockpiles gone.
Right.
You know,
The missile
Obama
stockpiles
refused synagogue.
are not
They're
going.
mostly gone.
But also, I do want to play this because I think we should just hear it from Donald Trump's own mouth. What he thinks a good deal actually looks like. Listen.
We've made them a strong country from really a very weak country. And we took the sanctions and we got nothing for that. We've rewarded the world's leading state sponsor of terror with $150 billion, and we received absolutely nothing in return. It's a one-sided transaction where we're giving back $150 billion to a terrorist state, really the number one terrorist state. I would have made a deal not from desperation. I would have doubled and tripled up the sanctions, and I would have made a much better deal.
Okay, so just to lay it out,
Now with the
the missiles
context.
are not gone. In fact, Trump said that they are entitled to missiles for self-defense. He's looking at a deal that contemplates, first of all, his statement of the facts here are not accurate, but even if they were, his deal would contemplate twice as much in sanctions relief money that goes to Iran. Sanctions relief is happening right now. Iran has done nothing except what is required under current international law, which is to open up the Strait of Hormuz. So even by Trump's own standards, I don't see how this deal measures up.
Well, and not only that, it's just, they're not going to be able, the conservative position is never going to be able to outrun the reason the deal was torn up in the first place. It's because of inherent jealousy of Barack Obama. So the president is insecure, and he did something that actually moved all of this backwards because of his own level of insecurity and hatred of the president that was before him. And that is, we are never going to be able to, we're never going to be able to get up under that.
But I think a lot of the criticism right now against Donald Trump is driven by the fact that the critics hate him as well, and so they're unwilling to look at this. What we end up seeing is
There's plenty of Republicans who have been very supportive of Trump, including people like, for example, Senator Roger Wicker, who is half dead, and he woke up from his coma to say this deal sucks. I mean, have you seen him lately? There's people like Lindsey Graham.
All right.
There is
I cannot
nothing
speak to
that
Let's
that Donald Trump does that Lindsey Graham doesn't like, and he's been critical of this. People in the right wing blogosphere who have been mean, not only, not only are we giving them exponentially more money, not only are we lifting sanctions, but now Iran knows that they can close the Strait of Hormuz
Exactly.
and bring
Whenever
us
they
and
Iran
the
also
world
knows
to
that
our
we can strike them with
They know that they can survive it.
Correct.
Look at you. So you're arguing that the economic situation right now in Iran
No, I'm
is
not
somehow
arguing
better than it
I'm
was.
saying that they can survive it.
But that is
They're
a
fighting a different
but that
war.
is a
That's the
piece
thing.
of
That
this
we're fighting a different
context
war
that
than they
I
are.
think
They
matters.
know that the war here is
Pointing out-
unpopular. They know here the war is unpopular. They know that people here are looking at gas prices.
That's
They
true.
are
And
willing.
the elections are 4
And
months
the
away.
election report, they know all of these things. Those are huge leverage points for them. So they don't care about their own personal suffering. We
I was just
do.
going to say, I think it's worth pointing out, all of that understood, that all of these proxies of Iran, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, Iran, or Israel and the United States have greatly degraded them. And they were attacking U.S. bases, U.S. soldiers, killing them. We
In
were at war with
2018,
Iran for a very long
2018,
time.
when Donald Trump reinstated the sanctions on Iran, he said out of his own mouth he was doing so to deny them the capacity to, what did he say? Deny them the funds they need to advance its bloody agenda, which is basically to fund the very same group that you just described. Now we're allowing them, we're lifting up those sanctions that he reinstated onto them. Where do you think that money is going to go? What do you think it's going to do?
I think you're correct that if it does end
I'm
up in
always
their
correct.
coffers, in this very limited point, I think if it does
On
go
all
in their
the points.
coffers, that yeah, it's going to fund the world's biggest sponsor of terror, as it has historically. I don't think this MOU is going to stick. I don't think it is.
So then it's.
So then what's the
The point is to get to the 60 days and actually get something done. You bring up an
They've
important
broken
point
every
in all of this.
single deal.
Wait, hold on. You guys are not, just to be clear, you guys are not making the same point. She's saying the MOU is not going to last. You're saying that it will, and that
No,
will
I'm not
get to
saying
you.
that.
Okay.
No, I'm saying the point of getting the MOU on the table is so you can start these negotiations. That's really what's going to happen in 60 days. And I think we should judge that partially
And then what
if it's
what
a bad
happens
deal.
if
So
they
Iran gives up
Well,
land.
then that's what we figure out. I mean, that's
No,
part of
I
the
mean, I'm
negotiation.
saying, what happens, like, really, like, let's wish past into the future. What would happen, what is the scenario if we don't get a deal in 60 days?
I could
Are
do
we
a
just going back and
recommendation.
bombing?
But
My
it's-
recommendation,
We might go back
the
to
only
bombing.
way to do this is to crush them.
Okay,
What's
okay,
What does that mean? You already
No,
wipe out their civilization. So what's that
So,
mean?
no, like, if he was withholding military force. Like,
Okay.
for
We're always
if you
withholding
want- if you
because we
want
don't
to
want to
really
destroy the
end
world.
this,
So what
I'm
do
just
you
saying,
say
I'm not
Christian?
saying he
What
will, and I'm saying, not saying.
What does Christian mean to you?
Explain.
You have to respond. I want to know.
Iran was dangling the one piece of leverage it had, which was the Strait of Hormuz,
Okay.
because we were letting them do that.
Okay.
What do you think it means if we don't let them do that?
So I'm asking you, what do you mean when you said
It
you should
means-
question them? I don't know what that means to you.
I'm saying, technically, it means escalate military force.
And to what?
The
To what end?
maximum
To what end?
pressure.
To what end? Because we've already destroyed their military. So what end?
But
If you
the
think-
short
if you
term
think- ask me-
mitigation.
let me just ask
If
you
you
this,
think
Caroline,
2 months
because
from an
I don't think
election,
this is
I don't think
hypothetical.
going to be the
I don't think-
appetite.
Hold on,
No, I don't think there
guys,
is an
hold on a
appetite.
second. This is not really a super hypothetical situation. The military said at the beginning of this conflict they had a list of targets. It was, hundreds of targets. They got to nearly the end of that list, and then they stopped bombing. The Strait of Hormuz. The options are we do what we did, which is the blockade, and maybe try to escort ships, or we try to put boots on the ground, take Cargill, and to secure it. Is that what you're saying we would do?
I'm not recommending that. I'm saying that is the only way to actually end this.
But it's
because
to
deals
do
with
what?
You
Put
work in there,
boots on the
No,
ground.
I'm saying, like,
take
there's
Cargill.
really no in between. Like, there really
I
is
need
no
to
in
get your
between.
story straight.
The
Because you first
the other-
said you were recommending it, and now you're saying you're not. So which one is it?
No, I'm saying if you want to finalize this and basically
Get
make
it
it
out.
so
Come
that
on, let's come on
Iran,
out the mouth.
if
What?
you don't want to broker with a terrorist regime anymore, then yes, you have to apply more military force.
Jesse,
I just
I'm
think.
saying that is, if that's what their
Hold on.
calculus is.
Listen, I just think that it's not helpful to say we got to do more. I mean, what does that really look like? Is it what Trump said, which is taking out their bridges, their infrastructure, their desalination plants, which would be
It's a war
Well,
crime.
or is it putting boots on the ground? Because which of these bad scenarios do you want?
Listen, I'm telling you that I'm not sure what their thinking is internally, but in the beginning, at the outset of this, they were floating all these options, and I agree, it wasn't a clear
The American people
articulation.
don't
know,